Hi everyone, my name is Suzanne and I'm a Chinese metaphysics master in Hong Kong. We haven't had a wealth activation for quite some time, and I think it's time that we have one as we are heading into the last couple of months of the year and planning for Christmas and New Year. I'm sure we all need a little bit more cash than we've got now, so let's do a Feng Shui wealth activation. So this is a very, very brief and simple one. What you need to mark in your calendar is the 9th of November 2022, and the activation needs to happen anytime between 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. So you've got a 4-hour time frame to do this. And if you put this in your calendar right away, I'm sure you'll find 10 minutes where you can just install that water feature. Now, as always, don't fret about converting this into any other time zone. It's local time wherever you are. 9th of November, anytime between 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Now, what we need to do is a water activation, and this water activation needs to be in place for a minimum of 2 hours, maximum until midnight on that same day. So if you put that water feature in place at 11 a.m., you can actually remove it just shortly after 1 p.m. already, or you leave it all the way until midnight. Don't leave it until after midnight. Yeah, you can leave it the entire day and just remove it once you go to bed, but no later than 11:59 p.m. on that day. All right. So very, very simple. Anytime between 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Put this in place. And now where you need to do this in the South 1 sector. Now, the South 1 sector, as you know, is a really important sector, not just this year, but also going forward as we're heading into period 9, because this is where the wealth energies are. And so we are, for this particular activation, looking at South 1. So what you need to do is very straightforward. Just stand in the center of your flat or your office. You can do this in both locations, and check where you have the 165-degree plus minus 5 degrees. So in essence, 160 to 170 degree range. Yeah, you will get a pie slice as what you can see here on the slide. And as always, make sure that you install the water feature somewhere furthest out in the widest area of that pie slice. Do not place it in the center of your flat or close to the center if at all possible, because the energies there are really quite volatile this year. And so we want to make sure that we put this as far out as possible, but still inside your flat. So if there's a balcony and it's in South 1, do not put it on the balcony. The balcony is not part of your apartment because it's completely open. So inside your flat, inside your office, in the widest possible area of that pie slice. Now, the water feature that you need to install needs to be an aggressive water feature. So essentially get the biggest bucket you can get. Doesn't matter what color, doesn't matter what material it is, just get the biggest water bucket you can get, or even one of these plastic garbage cans, even better, yeah, as big as possible. If you just put a small table fountain, it will do nothing. These small table fountains are completely unsuitable. They look lovely, but they simply don't contain enough water to actually do anything as a feng shui feature. So they won't do anything. Get a water bucket. And then on that day, place the empty bucket in the South 1 sector. And when you're ready for activation, you fill that water bucket up with water. So don't put the filled up water bucket in that space. It may be too heavy anyway, if it's a really, really big one. Put the empty bucket there, and then you may just have to walk back and forth between your bathroom and the bucket, or the kitchen and your bucket, and fill it up until it's almost full. Yeah, don't do half buckets. We don't do half buckets in feng shui activations. And then you need to insert a water pump. You can get those in any aquarium shop. They're usually quite cheap. Yeah, you don't need anything fancy. It's just a water pump that you insert. And in order to create that fountain effect that you see here, you may want to stick a PVC pipe on top of that pump so that it bubbles up. If you're not quite sure how to do this, just take a screenshot of this picture and show this in an aquarium shop and in a hardware store. They will know what to give you. They will know what you need, and it's not expensive at all. It's literally just a water bucket, a pump, and a short PVC pipe that will do the trick. It's not the most aesthetically pleasing, but then again, remember, it's just for 2 hours, and I'm sure we can deal with 2 hours of this, especially if it is for the purpose of a wealth activation. So you do all this, and then between 11 and 3 p.m. you turn on that water pump so that it starts bubbling up and you get this fountain effect, and you leave that for minimum 2 hours, maximum until the end of the day. Now, what's important once you've actually done this is that within 24 to 48 hours from the time you've activated this, or from the time you've turned on the pump and created this fountain, you do something that furthers your wealth capacity. So if you're a business owner, you may want to start making a business plan or a financial plan, a budget plan for the next year. Or you may think of new revenue streams, new sales funnels. Yeah, sit down with your sales team, brainstorm, and actually do something to create a new revenue stream. Anything that pertains to new sources of wealth. As a private person, you could just maybe make a cash deposit or a bank transfer into your savings account. Yeah, just make sure that you give the universe a sign that you are actively trying to create more wealth. And once the universe receives this sign, it will give back. Yeah, but you need to make an effort as well, anything that is wealth related. If you just do this activation and then go out and spend money, that's not necessarily doing much. Yeah, so first you need to actually show the universe that you're actively involved in the process of acquiring, accumulating, saving more wealth, or finding new revenue streams, and then the universe will give back. All right. So I hope this really works and you're all getting a really, really impactful and noticeable cash flow increase after doing this. If you do have any questions, any comments, please leave them in the notes below, or you can also contact me. My email address is in the notes to this video. And as always, I'd love it if you liked the video, if you shared it with anyone who may need this, and if you subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much, and I will see you soon.